wanted me to break, deafened by the sirens, soothing lies. I can't leave, I am in too deep, been sinking for a while, prisoner to the same thing I despise, devoted to a fake. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade, you're ringing out your prey, your love's a wreck and you know it's wrong. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade, you're ringing out your prey, your love's a wreck and you know it's wrong. It's over, same story, you lose to love and glory. It's over, same story, you lose to love and glory. Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break your keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through. Enough to go insane, living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Am I in your debt? I don't owe you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Lies telling you, don't waste it on me. I came up short today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to remember why I ever started racing with my dreams. A restless December, feeling I was meant for more than I believed. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times.
Okay, so today, hi everyone, we're gonna be working on soft body animations. I have to be very careful because I'm gonna be using reference material. So I'm gonna be learning this at the same time as you. You have to be very careful that I don't show the reference material because this is something that I've been looking for a very long time. And people who know how to do it just don't share the information. And the only people that do show it, which I recently found out, are things that I cannot show on Twitch. So I will share this newfound knowledge. I slightly edited the reference material. So just in case there's a slip up, there's a less of a chance that we're gonna get the ban hammer. But hopefully I will never show the reference material on screen. That would be wonderful. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be doing soft body animations. Except for we're not gonna do a body, just to be safe, just in case. You're doing a month-long road trip. Nice. Tend to be more open? Well, it's because it's not mainstream. I think that's mainly the main reason why. And they band together for that reason. Oh, this Booba mouse pad. This Pepe Frog Booba mouse pad keeps leaking its gel on me. Ugh, so gross. Okay, let me set the video up. Give me a sec. Where did I put it? It's in here. What did I call it? I called it Ripple. Do I have... I removed the sound from the video. So we're good there. That is not playing in that. Do I not have VLC installed? Do I have to open this with Media Player? I do. Okay. I have the video. Just throw it out? But I don't have a replacement. I cannot throw it out. I have Pepe butt goo everywhere. Time to put a new pad on throne? I think I'm gonna go for something more sustainable. What version of Blender am I in? I am not using the latest version. That's fine. If someone has a suggestion for a mouse pad, you can add it to my throne. As long as it's not like nudity. As long as it's not nudity and it's not ridiculous in price, I will accept it. Just make sure it's that from .ca, Amazon.ca, and not .com. Okay. I think we're good. Boop. Boop. Hello. Since we're doing like a little bit of slow-paced art today, let's go for this. And just let me know once something has been added onto Throne. That'd be great. If you decide to suggest something, and then I can check it out. Okay. So we're going to be doing what's called so we're going to set up animations for soft body interaction. So to start off, I guess we have to add an object. We're going to add a UV sphere because that's what we're going to do it on. Except for I kind of want the UV sphere to face the front. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna make sure that the rotation's at 90%. Oh, so close, 90.5. Throne is down for maintenance. Really? It is! Wow. It's gonna be back later. Wow. Oh, I wonder if they're adding the community goals. So what they're gonna be doing is a new feature is gonna be community goals. So you could set, like, let's say if I want a valve index, then I can add a valve index and then people can contribute to that. And you're like, wait, that doesn't sound like anything different. Well, here's the thing. Why is this awesome? Because, like, it's very frequent that people will set, like, a dono goal or a bit goal to get an item. And the issue is that, well, one, as the viewer, how will you ever know, like, it's going to go towards something, right? So if someone says, I'm going to put it towards food and rent, and it's like, and they always have a food and rent goal, so, like, do you know that it's going to that? Do you know what I mean? Secondly, as someone who has done those kind of goals in the past, the reason why I kind of don't like doing it is because often if you're doing it for something that's quite expensive, you can't really expect everyone to be like, okay, everyone, Valve Index, $1,500. Yes, we're going to have this goal. And then you meet it over the course of 4 months. But, you know, life happens sometimes. And then you get, like, if you get it with it, if you meet that goal in 4 months, right? Sometimes you don't get that payout until 5 months later, and 5 months in, right? Sometimes life happens and you end up not having the money by the time the goal is met. And then you end up having to spend the money out of pocket, which you technically are not spending out of pocket, but I mean, like, you wouldn't have set that goal knowing that something happened. So, like, let me give you an example. Like, let's say we find out our dog needs to go to the vet and we need to pay for something that's like a couple $100. And then, like, now, if we known in the future that was going to happen, then obviously, like, we wouldn't have set a goal. But, like, and if money's tight, it gets complicated. So the whole point of it is that if they're adding the throne goal, what's really nice about it is that a third party is holding on to that money. And it's guaranteed that once that goal is met, that money will go towards the item. And I think that's just better for both parties. But I don't smoke. When the goal's not met, they keep the money. So, see, that was my philosophy, was whenever I set a goal for something, it's something that I fully intend to purchase. So, if I set a goal for, like, let's say something that's $1,000, then the goal, I view the goal as a way to, like, community offset the cost of it. So if we make the full goal amount, awesome. I don't have to pay completely out of pocket for it. If the goal is not met, then I will just use that money and go towards buying it anyway. So I always set goals for things that I can actually get, if that makes sense. Throne does make money. They make money on transaction fees. So like, they charge like $5 or something, or they charge like 10% or $5, I think, per thing. Yeah, like a Herman Miller. So for example, a Herman Miller, I would never buy one myself, just because I don't make enough money to justify purchasing one. But like, I could see myself making a goal for Herman Miller chair. And I'll be like, oh, Herman Miller! But like, I would never make a dono goal or a bit goal to get one. It's just, it's too expensive. It's gonna take too long to reach the goal through bits and donations. Like, it would take probably like a year. And I'm like, it's something that I wouldn't be able to purchase or justify purchasing on my own. Did you just change your username, or is that a brand new account? Oh, you just changed your username. Save it for your Miller sponsorship? I'm not big enough. Okay, so anyways, soft body physics. Animat. So we're gonna change, we have to have something that's like reasonably, how do you say? Reasonably, dense when it comes to the amount of polys on it. And we're gonna shade that as smooth. So we have that. So in order to do this, we're gonna be adding a plane. And just for this sake, we're gonna do it also at 90 degrees. Now, if we want like the ripple or soft body animation to be kind of looking nice, this plane also needs to be high poly as well. So right now it's like not very, it only has like 4 vertices. So we're gonna subdivide this a few times. That should be good. I actually don't know how long this is going to take. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so just to make things a little bit easier, we're also going to display this as a wire, just so that it doesn't really get in our way. Okay, and then we're gonna put it, oh, so it's actually touching it like this. Hi, Rendier. I don't know. I don't know if I would make a goal for Herman Miller chair, to be honest with you. I would rather get a new graphics card, to be honest. Because, like, for that amount of money, to get a Herman Miller in Canada, it's like the same price as buying a 3090 Ti. Okay, so we just need to make sure that's like it's intersecting in a good place. It is. Okay. It's only saving my back, so I should get it, is what you're saying? Probably. I should probably get it. Oh, by the way, I would like to know your thoughts on this model. Just to get like a rough... I think it looks pretty good, but obviously I would like to get other people's opinion. So what do you think of this face? So this is going to be the next model that I'm going to release after Fattori. So this face is not using any base. It's from scratch. I think the eyes are going to change, like the eye color. Because right now I'm just using the same texture as my eyes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the ears more detailed. I've yet to think of a good name for this model, because I think models should be named rather than just be like Fofa Model B. Salty Jub, thank you for the follow. Okay, so we need to add some vertice groups. I think we also need to add some shape keys. To use Blender instead of Maya? Of course I'll use Blender. I'm not professionally trained. Odds are if I went to university, for 3D animation or 3D modeling, I'd probably use, honestly, I'd probably be using Maya. Just because that's what I would have been taught. What do you mean Maya's cringe? Okay, so here we have to choose where we want the ripple animation to appear, but since we're doing it on a demo sphere, it's going to be a lot easier to set this. So we probably want it to be affecting like here, right? What did I add under vertex groups? Oh, you can see it right there, see? I'm just adding 2 vertex groups. So basically what these 2 vertex groups are going to be doing is, let me show you both of them. So here's this one. This should be the whole thing. And then this one should only be the part that we want affected. You were taught Maya, then went over the Blender, and you did feel that the money you'd spend on Maya license. See, that's the thing though, right? It really depends. So for example, I have grown up on Adobe products. And I'm very familiar with Photoshop. And actually there's a couple of Adobe products. I was very familiar with Photoshop, so then I was paying for the Photoshop license because I wanted to upgrade from CS6. And eventually I'm like, this is costing a lot of money, even on my teaching license. So I tried to switch to the free option, which is, what is it called? GNU Edit? GIMP? And GIMP is a flaming pile of It's terrible. I hate it. I gave it a genuine try on it, and I just can't. So here's another example. So there's this, anyone who's familiar with graphic design will know of Quark Express. Quark Express, I think, recently went to a subscription model, but for the longest time, they didn't have a subscription model, and I grew up on Quark Express. And then I eventually, like, kept hearing everyone talk about InDesign. So I'm like, I already have an Adobe Creative Cloud license anyway. Let's try InDesign out. It was so good. It's so good compared to Quark Express. Quark Express is so garbage. And I'm like, how did I use this for so long? InDesign. So good. So, sometimes paying is not always not worth it. Now, when it comes down to video editing, I know that the industry standard is use Adobe Premiere with After Effects. I've personally found that for my use, DaVinci Resolve is just better. So even though I have a license, because I have Adobe Creative Cloud for a Premiere and After Effects, I don't use it. I just use DaVinci Resolve, which is free. Hi, Shinobu. So, it really depends. Everyone that I know that has used Maya will stick with Maya. A lot of people don't make the switch. And so, I'm gonna assume that I would probably be in the same boat. If I learned how to use Maya beforehand, I'd probably stick to Maya. I'm never gonna go to Maya because I have no incentive to use Maya. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve is great. And like, kind of think of a DaVinci Resolve like Adobe Premiere and After Effects merged together in one program, and then you miss out on some of like the cool, like you miss out on like the high end capabilities that you can do in After Effects. But the thing is, as a content creator, most of you don't need that high end crap. Like the only time you'll need like the stuff that you can do in After Effects is like if you're like trying to do what Corridor Digital does. And if you're trying to do like Corridor Digital level stuff, yes, After Effects, Adobe Premiere is where you should go. If you're just trying to like make a video the same quality as like Marcus Brownlee or Linus Tech Tips, DaVinci Resolve is fine. Well, the thing is that Maya is still an industry standard, right? Most game engines have native plugins for Maya, and that's why, and Maya has like their own armature system, human armature system. I heard that's like pretty special. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to make this a bit of a softer transition, if that makes sense, because right now it's a very harsh transition. We want it to be like nice and soft, so that when we do the soft body animation, it's not very, what's it called, stiff. I think I'm just gonna redo it with the full strength. Like that. And then we're gonna go to add. Like that. And then we're gonna go to subtract. So I'm using the gradient tool just because it's a lot easier to get like nice transitions with the gradient tool, as you can see, rather than just go like fiddling, mucking around with the brush, right? And then I think right now we're gonna use the blur tool just to make it a little bit nicer in the transition. Okay. Maya kind of sucks. I'm never gonna use Maya, so I don't know. I just know that Maya is industry standard, and that's what you're gonna be learning in school. So I've never used it, so I don't have any personal opinions on it. I only know how to use Blender, because it's self-taught. Okay, so I think we got a pretty decent transition there. Right? This is looking pretty good. Oh wait, like when you do that kind of effect, it'll be a nicer transition. Actually, I'm gonna make it a little bit more red. Right? Oh, right here. I think that's gonna be good. Okay, so next. We're gonna add something called a vertex weight proximity. Oh, so we go here, go to add modifier, and we're gonna look for something that's called vertex weight proximity. And the vertex group is gonna be the ripple vertex group. See? And then we're gonna tell it to interact with the plane. Just like that. See? So we're gonna try it with these values, which is gonna be at 0.06 and then 0.02. And I'm just gonna be clear, I am following a video tutorial that I cannot show on screen because it'll get me banned. And I can't link to it because linking to something like that on Twitch will also get me banned. I don't even think I can link to it on my YouTube video because I think it'll get my video age restricted. Yeah, so I'm sorry I can't share where it's coming from. Let's just say this video has a hot dog vigorously entering a hot dog bun. Can I link it in Discord? I don't think I can, because Twitch has started cracking down on things. So for example, if my Discord is not safe for work, since I'm linking it out from Twitch, I can get banned. That's something. Sean VR, I think, got banned because their Patreon had not safe for work stuff. And normally Patreon is fine, but because their Patreon had NSFW, that's why they got the hammer for a moment. They came back though. Yes, correct. Okay, so we're gonna go back to weight paint just so we can check things out. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you. Yeah, but that's the thing about Twitch though, right? Even though Project Melody is known as an NSFW person, it doesn't mean that they cannot be on Twitch. It's just they cannot link to those things. They can't link to those things, basically. Oh? Hold on. Doot. And that's basically the sum of it. They can't link to those things. So just think about, like, there are not safe for work people on Twitch. There's who either worked in the industry or work in the industry. So there's like Sasha Grey and Project Melody. I don't know if there's any others. Yes, so I don't think you can advertise a not safe for work Daki. I think. I don't know. I think you could talk about it, but I don't think you can directly link it. I'm not actually sure. But thanks for hydrating me. My room is feeling nice and moist. Oh, Jimmy! Thank you for the 2 years! Holy cow! Thanks. Oh, also I added, if you guys don't know who Jammy is, they have one of the brand new artist badges. Because not only are they a talented artist, but they've also done some of my art. Actually, we're gonna keep the fall off at smooth. So next we're gonna add something called vertex mix. Wait, mix. You can see right here. Yeah, I added it. It's great. And I think on some of the emotes, if they've been approved, you should be able to see. If you click on one of the normal emotes. Oh, can you do that? Yeah, if you click on one of the emotes, look. You can see who made it. See? Isn't that cool? You can't add it to BTTV emotes. I don't think you can add it to animated emotes either. But normal emotes you can. Yeah, it's cool. It's one of the few good things that Twitch has done that's community-based. And it makes sense, because, I mean, emotes means more money for them. And that's pretty much all they care about. Okay, so next on the vertex mix, we're gonna have it set to, we're gonna mix from group A, which is the ripple, versus ripple taper, just like that. Yeah, it is neat. I don't know what you're gonna do on your own channel. Can you set yourself as an artist on your own channel? I wonder. I mean, that makes sense, because a lot of people do make their own emotes. You can! Great. I don't think I would oh, am I an artist? Not really. I don't know if what I do is considered art. And you get 4 badges on your own channel? Wow. Okay, so we're gonna have the vertex set to all, and then multiply. Badges are like Pokemon. Just imagine just having like 20 badges. And just like, you type, it's just like, it fills the screen. Which is all your badges. Text overflow. Okay, so now we're gonna add a displacement map. Where is that? So we just added a displacement map, see? So we're maybe gonna set this to like 0.4. And then 0.95. And we're gonna set the vertex group to be ripple. Just like this. It's hard. I think Boom, it's hard to raid Boom because of how many O's there are, right? I don't remember how many O's there are. Okay, so in theory, this should work now. Is it very noticeable? Oh, you can see it. You can see how it's, you can see a little bit of rippling, but it's not very, it's not a lot. So let's try to add some more density to this and subdivide that. Ah, there we go. You can see right here, see? So we want to make this a little bit more, how do you say, noticeable? Because it's not very noticeable right now. So we're probably gonna have to play with the settings a little bit. So we're probably gonna have to change the displacement a bit to be a bit more. Maybe have it at like a 0.6. Oops. Okay, wait. Okay, we don't want that. So the ripple is a bit sharp, so we're probably gonna have to add a corrective smooth. Smooth corrective. Just like that. And we're gonna make sure that it's only affecting the ripple, what do you call it? The ripple taper. And it's only going to smooth. And we could change the smoothness factor of it. It depends on what you're going for. So we're gonna probably have it around here. I would say, and for this, you would just adjust it to whatever you think you're comfortable with. And then here's where you can change some of the displacement stuff too. Just like that. And then now, you can add an animation. Here's the ripple effect. I wonder what would happen if I just duplicate this. Copy paste. So now I have two spheres. Will they share the displacement? And we just gotta make this a little bit bigger. And that's how you do ripple. See? So ideally, you want to be able to bring this to other places. So to set this up to go to other places, we're probably going to need to paint this to bones. Monkey butt? What do you mean monkey butt? So when are you streaming from a glass box? What do you mean a glass box? Huh? Okay, so we're gonna add some bones. Just for fun, let's just make this a full humanoid. Hello, computer. Oh, have I been doing this upside down the entire time? I've been doing it upside down the entire time. Perfect. Okay. So now we're gonna scale this down. And we're gonna, I guess, flip this 180 degrees. And just to put it, to make it less sus, we're gonna put it up here. They're eyeballs. They're giant rippling eyeballs. Mm-hmm. I am demonstrating it in a non-TOS way. So I'm gonna cheat, and I'm just gonna use cats to attach the mesh. So cats plugin, pretty useful. And it's really nice if you want to be lazy, like I'm gonna be lazy, where I can just go like this and attach the mesh just like this. Boop. Wow. Mesh. Oh, no, I didn't want to attach the plane. Undo. I want to attach the sphere. Boop. Oh. Why doesn't it like this? Oh, it's because those don't exist anymore. Did that get rid of the vertex group? It did! It got rid of the vertex groups. Undo. We're gonna undo that. It got rid of our vertex groups. When did it get rid of our vertex groups? When we added the sphere. There. So it deleted our vertex groups by using cats. I see. I see! Calmundo, hello? So there's another way we can do this, the easy way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a cube. I'm gonna put the cube up here. And then we're going to attach the cube to the head, attach. And we should be able to attach the sphere and join those together. And then we're gonna delete the cube. Just like that. And then that way we keep the displacement. See? Oh, we didn't. It deleted it. How do I make it so I don't lose it? I think initially you're supposed to start doing this on the model first. So I actually have to do this like the proper way, it seems. Hi, Commando. Hello. I see. I should have done this starting on the model. Yeah, I don't like cats all the time. But yeah, that's it. Well, I guess we'll work on if you were to do this, you would want to ideally start with the mesh already on the armature. Whereas, I did not do that. But it's easy enough to fix, but that's not something we're going to talk about today. But look, we added ripple effects. So if you were to ever, need to animate this, this is how you can animate it easily. So like, for example, here, you can imagine this being an animation for something, right? Like these spheres are being pressed against something. Something slapping against these spheres. You can see that, right? This actually took less time than I thought it would. And we did it. That's how you do it. Isn't that exciting? So, if I think what I'm gonna do, we're gonna save this for now. Give me a sec. Boop, boop. Give me a sec to save this. I need to make it so that I have better rewards for my patrons on Patreon. So this example project, boop, boop, like this, is will go up on my Patreon once the YouTube tutorial's out. And my thought on this is, if you don't want to do it step by step yourself, and you want an exact reference, I think it's fair to put it on Patreon. Excuse me. It's literally just gonna be just this. So this will go up whenever the YouTube video comes out. I'm just gonna switch it. I have to make a post on my Patreon that's gonna be, posts and updates are going to be on Discord, just because it's a lot easier to manage on Discord than on the actual site itself. Because here's the thing, whenever I want to upload a video, you cannot upload it to Patreon. You can't. So I know right now I have a Patreon and sub and member part of my Discord. I'm gonna make a new channel that's patrons only. And I guess mods and patrons. What is that program? This is Blender. If you want to learn how to do this, you can either check out my YouTube channel where I'm gonna have a more detailed video on how to do it, or you can just scroll back in my VOD as long as it's available. I'm gonna say as soon as the YouTube video comes out, I don't know when the YouTube video comes out, but I'm just gonna say when the YouTube video comes out, this VOD, if it's still available, I'm gonna delete it. Well, I mean, course, I guess. If you're a moderator, why not? But like I said, you could just scroll back in the VOD. It's only been an hour and 20 minutes. So you can just go through it step by step if you want to learn how to do animations like the rippling. For totally safer work things. Oh, by the way, if you're new to my channel, today is Developer Thursday. We do a variety of things on my Twitch channel. I noticed we have been getting quite a few new people. So today's Developer Thursday, where we do things in either Blender, Unreal Engine, or Unity. Today we are in Blender. And we only do this once a week, whereas other days we do other things. Hi, Tigerish. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever add anything else to Developer Thursdays. But, because I can't really think of anything else to develop on. Like, what would be considered, like, developer? So we have, couple spheres here that, you know, get rippled. They're just spheres. That's it. That's all these are. Spheres. Nothing else. I could developer on my... Yeah, but that's Unreal Engine. I'm talking about, like, if there's anything else. That's not, like, Unreal Engine. Command line. Okay, everyone! We're gonna go on the dark web, and we're going to hire... gamers to help me farm sulfur on Rust on the dark web. Donut holes? It does not look like a donut hole. So if you start with this on a bone already, so if both of these are weighted to an armature, you can easily set that up as an animation. Slash, you can also make that interactable with other things, which is something that I think we're gonna work on another time. It's just we're gonna add this to an actual game engine for real-time physics, because we can use Unreal Engine to trigger animations, right? So how this would be done is if these are both on bones, right? You can then set this as a blend shape. And then have the blend shape or animation activate based on proximity of the two bones together. How to make Blender and Unreal Engine talk together, like, completely? I don't think it's worth it. It's just it's better to translate it, I guess, is the best way to put it. Yeah, so are these sussy spheres? They're not that sussy, are they? But yeah, there we go. We did it. So if you want to learn how to do this, you can check out the VOD, or if you want to edited down version, subscribe to my YouTube. They'll come out eventually. Sometime. And if you don't want to follow it step by step, wait for the YouTube video to come out. The example project would be on Patreon once the video comes out. But that's it. Super simple. Easier than I thought it would be. I guess we could change categories now, because we did it. Oh, I updated this, by the way. Look, look, look. Look, it should look nicer now. Right? Does it look nicer? Hold on. See? It's higher res. It's metallic. For portals, you can use that in portals. You can. Let me get my hand cam open. Oh? Revy? Thank you! Thank you for the raid! How was your stream? Hi everyone from Revy's stream. I'm Fofamit, a virtual content creator here on Twitch. We just finished... Oh! Ah! Wrong button. We just finished doing soft body animation in Blender. So, you know, if you ever wanted to animate a hot dog vigorously going into a hot dog bun. There you go. It was fun and chill. What were you streaming? Oh yeah, by the way, if you're new to my channel, from Revy stream, today is Developer Thursday. We just did an hour of how to do that. If you want to learn how to do soft body animations, then either check later in the VOD, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel by typing !YouTube, and the edited video will come out sometime. Valorant, oh, I heard a lot of good things about Valorant. Thanks, thank you. Yeah, everyone, you should, if you like someone who has like maximum ADA energy, but also a really great place to be, community-wise, enjoyment-wise, definitely check out Revy. But yeah, hi. Oh, who hydrated me? Whiskey? Thank you for the hydration. I feel very hydrated, especially my legs. My legs are feeling very hydrated right now. Oh, thanks for the wet wieners. Great. Now we have wet wieners on stream. Tailed Red, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Wet Wiener Land. Yeah, hot dogs. Hot dogs. that's yes. Some of them are twitching because they're too wet. You know that. That happens, right? So, I will say that if you end up checking out either the VOD or the YouTube video, I was following a tutorial, but I can't share the tutorial because it's not safe for work. And Twitch's policy is I can't link to it or I get banned. I don't know if I can even reference it. And then same with YouTube, I'll get a community guideline strike. So like, I can't, what I can say is that it's a tutorial that you can find on Newgrounds from a well-known Twitter 3D animator. Hi, Delinquent Ghost. Hi. Because yeah, I can't share it. It'll get me banned. You can't share not safe for work stuff and link out to it, unfortunately. Yeah, 100%. So I think next time, I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but I'm not sure when we're gonna get back to the soft body animation, but what we're gonna turn the soft body animation into is soft body physics. So for example, like if I were to have marshmallows stuck to my head and I were to squish it with my hand, then I'll have like that same soft body physics, soft body animation trigger. Do you know what I mean? So that's what that's going to turn into eventually. Just there's no actual tutorial on how to do that exactly. So it's something I have to figure out on my own. Do you have any recommended English speaking communities for working with Vroid? Like, what are you trying to do with Vroid or VRMs? What are you trying to do? Some people call you a marshmallow, but what you are is specifically, it's specifically in your name. Right? Right? You want to import assets from Blender into Vroid as accessories? You cannot do that. I'm just gonna tell you can't do that. Vroid, you cannot import anything in the Vroid other than things that were made in Vroid. Once that has been edited outside of Vroid, you cannot bring it back in. You can only import things from Vroid Hub. Even if you export a VRM and you make changes to it somehow, you cannot re-import that VRM back into Vroid. So the only things you can import are things from Vroid Hub. Basically, think of Vroid more like a one-way street. You can do a lot of things in it, but you can't go back. No, it's not possible. Basically, if you want to add accessories to your model, finalize it, export it to Blender, add everything in Blender. If you don't know how to do that, if you're not familiar with Blender, then you need to learn Blender. Basically, you need to learn how to use Blender. I do know that some people will make accessories or hair or textures in Vroid Studio and then export that to Blender just because it's a lot easier to do that for some people. Dana? Dana, thank you! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs! Thank you! Tutorial dedicated to collisions? I do cover colliders in my... VRM conversion video, both in the short form and the long form version that I both have on my YouTube channel. I don't think it's enough to do a dedicated video on it just because like it's so short on how to do it. Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm glad I helped. But yeah, when it comes down to colliders, it's I don't think I'm gonna I don't imagine myself releasing a dedicated video on that just because it is included in a previous video. Yeah. If you want a more step-by-step with explanation, check the long form video out. It's like a 30-minute video walking through how to do VRM conversion. And in that VRM conversion, I briefly talk about how to do colliders. I believe. It's fairly straightforward, I think, once you know how to do it. Oh, can I test something out? Let me test something out. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna test something out. I don't know how well it's gonna look, but this is a good time to test it. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Okay, now I'm gonna have something on my shoulder. I should have a little T-posing thing on my shoulder. I wonder how easy you can see it. It should be facial track too. Oh, it's so small. Can you even see the facial tracking on it? You can't. It's too small. I see. I see, it's too hard to see. Okay, so that means if I do this, I'm gonna have to have a dedicated camera just to look over there. No, it's the right size. It's just that it gets blurred. Can I make it? Hold on. Are there different camera angles? How about this? Can you can't see? Okay, hold on. Oh, maybe this one? Can you see? No? Oh, wait. Oh, you can see it a little bit. Too small, though. You can't see the facial animation. Okay. Well, it was a fun experiment, I guess. Oh, you can't. Wait, hold on. What if I like go on an awkward angle? Hold on. Oh, it's so hard you can't tell. Oh. Something's bad happening to my computer. Okay, give me a second. Ah. Okay, I think we're good. I turned it off. I didn't optimize that yet. So it's not great. Wow, Sharno. Nice try though. Nice try! So what that's gonna be, I already rigged the facial tracking on it. Can I show you what the facial tracking looks like? Maybe. I believe I have the facial tracking posted in the patron sub part of my Discord. Let me share. Can I make it bigger? Can I zoom in? Hold on. I gotta put this camera down. Oh! I dropped it. It's fine. Control function. Oh. Control shift. See? So that's what it looks like when it's facial tracked. And then you can also see it here as well. Are these the same? No, they're not. See? So it's gonna be facial tracked, and it's gonna like appear on my shoulder for something that I'm gonna be adding to my stream. It's like an idea that I have. I don't know how well it's gonna be executed, but I would like to try it at least once. I tried doing facial tracking on this model because this model has like a ton of bones all over the face, right? And I was trying to animate it with the bones. It's like, okay, I was trying to animate it directly driven by bones in Unreal Engine, and it's not great. It's not great to do that. So what I did was I just went into Blender, I converted everything to blend shapes, and then rigged it like how I normally rig facial tracking. Everything's good. So that's how that works. I do have like a nicer looking version, like I'm gonna say a angel version than I purchased. I cannot use it on Twitch because it's very it's very TOS. So I can't. I'm just gonna have just the one on the one side, because I think that's all I really need, right? Right? Yeah. So that model's a Ryan Rios model. Ryan Rios doesn't really do not safe for work stuff themselves, but they do retweet a lot of not safe for work stuff that's been done with their models. So I'm not sure if I can actually link out to that, because it might break TOS if I do. But you can find that model on CG Trader. I think you can also find it on ArtStation. And you can also subscribe to their Patreon, and it'll give you access to their models as well. Okay, so the Twitch policy is that all VTuber models, virtual models, apply the same rules as IRL people. So, for example, an outfit that is okay, that is not okay for a human being, like a flesh tuber, is also not okay for a VTuber. So, for example, if you have any under boob or side boob showing, that is against TOS, and your entire hip area must be covered. So you can't show any like revealed butt. You can't show that. And then you also cannot show like well, this area, like I said, needs to be covered. It's specified in the rules, and they recently updated it to specifically say VTubers also need to apply to the same rule. Basically. I almost tripped on this. Isn't this your first time too, Voice Boy? Since February. Essentially, this is your second time. Other time being in February. Dress code applies to IRL people and VTubers. The same. So, like, if you're a VTuber and you have, like, basically if you're wearing, like, a bikini and G-string, and you're not in hot tubs, pools, and beaches, you're breaking terms of service on Twitch and you can get banned. And that's the only place you can do that. It's not sad. If you wanted to view that kind of content, you're on the wrong live streaming platform. Right? This isn't the place to do that. Hi, ADC. Oh, we just did ripple physics. So like if you were to vigorously stick your finger into a mochi ball, you can animate that, and how the mochi ball will have like a rippling effect. Yes, that's the only use for that animation that we covered earlier today. That's it. That's the only thing you can do with it. That's it. Nothing else. Of course, nothing else. I just honestly, I wish Twitch was more transparent with how they enact rules. Do you know what I mean? It's like a small streamer will get permabanned for like streaming copyrighted content, but then like a large streamer will do the exact same thing and they'll just like, oh, 1 day suspension, 1 week suspension. Oh, you were extra naughty, so 1 week suspension. And it's like, meanwhile, everyone else just gets permabanned. Yeah. Well, like, I noticed a bunch of VTubers were adding, like, this as a nod, and I'm just like, how is that a nod? That is not a nod. Right? Right? A bunch of people have that. It's just like how, what was the other thing before Gasm? People were like, right now the nod, I think, is the next Gasm that's gonna get banned. as an emote. Because people like went, so like, I think there's like the keygasm, which is just like some dude going, and then some people just took it so far where it's basically just like an anime face that is experiencing the ultimate climax with like drool and blush. And I'm like, see, that makes sense to me why that got taken off. Personally. My last cry. Right? But like, and the nod is going the same way. All it's gonna take is someone is gonna do this. They're gonna look at the nod emote. They're gonna make it so that their mouth is open, and they're gonna add a blush emoji, and their eyes are gonna look up, and that's gonna start it. That's gonna be the nod apocalypse. The nod apocalypse incoming. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm wondering why people are using these emotes, right? I'm just doing it because I think it's funny. But, like, at the same time, mine's, like, not very, NSFW, is it? Not really. Like, I could make it NSFW by, like, I guess. And nod while doing that. Yeah, like that, Jarno, exactly. That's going along that path. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I think. What emote is that? Bonk. Oh. Okay. I always thought that was a steppy emote, like you were being stepped on. But I'm like, I actually like took the time to click on it and hold over it. And I'm like, oh, it's bonk. ADC bonk. Hi, Miss. Hello. Hi, no. Stepped on. I think the tutorial that we did at the beginning of stream might help a lot of people with certain sites that they might also make content on that they're not allowed to stream on Twitch. Link out to on Twitch, maybe. Oh, also, can I say something? A previous stream, I was noticing that my top referrer was CDog VA, which I'm like, how did this happen? CDog VA doesn't follow me, nor do they really know who I am. So my first thought is like someone went into their stream and like harassed them. So please don't go into other people's streams and unsolicited say check this other person out. Right? If they're asking for it, then it's fine. But like don't go in someone else's stream and be like check this person out like while they're live. Please don't do that. Cause how else could it happen? Right? Jonas says, why do you instantly think of it in the negative way? Because how else could it happen? Right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly what Whiskey's saying. Because, like, I can't imagine it happening in any other way. Because Dog doesn't follow me in any form or capacity on any social media platform. And I was thinking, oh, maybe it's because Iron Mouse was there, because Iron Mouse follows me. I scrubbed through the entire VOD. I'm not mentioned by voice because I wasn't looking at chat once. Meaning, someone went in there. So please, if you like another streamer and you think they need more attention, please don't recommend them or talk about them in someone else's stream unsolicited. Because 1, it can get you banned in their stream. 2, it makes you look bad. 3, it also makes the streamer look bad. It might be the Snuffy. Oh, maybe. Mount to mount? What do you mean mount to mount? Oh, mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth. So, like, for example, the best way to do it, honestly, is, like, when they're offline, I guess. But I don't know. How offline can you go with that? Because, like, I remember I was talking about desks in... But see, Jarno, that's different. Because Iron Mouse was asking. They were asking. That's the key difference. It's not unsolicited because they are soliciting a response from chat. That's the difference. Yeah, they're asking for it. So I remember, like, I made a tweet about something about desks, and I was pretty happy with the tweet. And then all of a sudden, this company came in, and you can't, like, block replies. Right? So they came in, it's like, if you're interested in office or streaming, like, stuff for your setup and desks and chairs, we have awesome things. Here's a link. And I'm like, wow. Thanks. Thank you for hijacking a small Twitter person's thing to advertise your thing. Why is this turned off? Hello? Camera? My tracked camera is no longer tracking. That's weird. Oh, there we go. It's not a bot. It was for, like, an actual company. So I know it was actually them because I replied to them because they were offering, like, they're saying all of our stuff is ergonomic, and I basically just roasted them with logic because I'm like, oh, everything's all ergonomic. Can you link out to any white papers or research that you have based on the ergonomics of your products that you're claiming? And then they said, yeah, check it out here. And it's just a blog of them talking about it without any empirical research. So then I said, oh, so you don't have any research? I'm talking about research specifically like this. And they're like, yes, it's in our blog. I'm like, I checked your blog. It's not there. And they're like, oh, I guess we don't have it. I'm like, well, Herman Miller and Steelcase do. I didn't say Herman Miller and Steelcase dude, but basically that's what happened. I called them out because, like, why hijack someone's Twitter thing like that? And it's the same thing. It's that same thing when you go into someone else's stream. If they're not asking for it, when you're like imagine if I went into ADC's stream, right? And I'm like, oh, ADC is like a big content creator who does a lot of cool content. Okay, I'm gonna go in their stream and I'm gonna be like, you need to check out this person. Do it. They make great content. They're streaming live right now. And then ADC be like, Fofa, I'm gonna ban you. It's like, you don't do that. Someone already finished their assignment on Discord? What do you mean? Someone's already done it on Discord? Let me see. Art showcase. Nice! Yeah, someone did it! Look, Rob did it. Rob did it. Also, Steel Springs, I have no idea what you linked out because it doesn't show up. It's kind of sus to just link something out of the blue like that. I don't know what you're doing. See? Discord has a light mode? Yeah, I use light mode. I use light mode all the time. Even my OBS is in light mode. Everything's in light mode for me. Why wouldn't you have it in light mode? Abyss Walker, thank you for the follow. It's possible they just typed 3 stars. I doubt it though. What do you mean no bright lights? You always have to have bright lights. What do you mean I don't hate my eyes? It was a link to my channel. Oh, you're linking my own channel. Yeah, I wish that I could have links on, but like most channels that I've seen with links on, it always gets abused. I mean, like, especially with like what's it called, bots. Like, want to become big streamer? Want to become famous? Follow this link. Pay money. And I'm like, or like I don't know, people, it's just, it's unfortunate that it has to be like that. Yeah, if you're in a properly lit room, you should not be using dark mode. The only time you should be using dark mode is if you are a cave goblin. That's basically it. Yeah, definitely reputablesite.com. Basically. 100%. But yeah, oh my gosh. I'm wondering if I'm being power limited on my. Do I have enough? Do I have enough? Is 600? I'm pretty sure 600 watts is good enough for a 2070 Super to 5800X. Is it? Is it? Is that enough power? I think it is. Isn't it? Hey, let's see. PSU. calculator. I remember checking and it was fine. Okay, Cooler Master. None of it's overclocked. Okay. Loading. So I have an AMD AM4 5800X. And it's in mini ATX. Graphics card is NVIDIA 2070 Super with 32 gigs of RAM. I have an SSD. I have 2 of them. I also have a hard drive. Cable management is fixed. Efficiency rating, okay. All right, it says I should be only consuming 419. I should be fine. Just what I thought. Just checking. I know that if I ever upgrade to a 3000 series, I will not be fine, and I would need to get a new power supply. You can have links on and have stream elements time out anyone that posts a link that's not on a whitelisted website. Really? Really? That's really good knowledge. Really good. Peripherals? I have a lot of peripherals. All the USB ports are filled, which I know is drawing power. So I'm gonna be honest, because of all the USB stuff that I'm probably using, I'm probably using a lot. Because let's see, I have a VR headset that is being powered through that. I have an audio DAC. I have a couple external drives. I see. Maybe my next purchase will be a power supply. It's like only if people are asking. That's the only time. If someone says like, hey, can someone recommend a good tutorial on how to do this? Then like, that's the time to do it. But like, unless they're asking for it, it's like the best time to not do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, use your own judgment for the most part. But like, this happened again recently, right? Where someone relatively new came to my stream. Like, I haven't seen them before. And they literally popped in for 10 minutes, had a quick conversation, and then went, well, it was really fun hanging out. I'm gonna go start streaming this game on my Twitch channel now. See you later. And I'm just like, if it was like someone that I knew, like, do you know what I mean? Like, let's say, like Syncrich or ADC, I'd be okay with it, because like, I obviously know who they are, and, you know, I lurk. But like, I also know simultaneously, like, they have the good sense to not do that. Oh, I don't stream on my main computer. My streaming computer draws like 15 watts. Yeah, someone did that recently, and I was just like, like honestly, if you're gonna leave to go stream, just if here's the thing, if the streamer that you're in, if the stream that you're in, if they know you're a streamer, right? And if you say something like, "Oh, well, I have to go do some work now. I'll see you later." Well, like, if I know you're a streamer, like, I'll be like, "Oh, I already know you're gonna stream," and like, odds are you'll get a shout out, right? Versus like the, "Okay, I'm going to go stream Roblox now. Goodbye." We could shout out Sync Rich. Let's shout out Sync Rich, please. I've noticed, Sync Rich, you've been playing a lot of Fortnite. What brought upon this this Fortnite binge? I want to know, as someone who doesn't play Fortnite. Like, I don't have anything against Fortnite, but like, I just want to know, because it's so sudden. Well, I mean, it's not sudden, but like it's the sudden frequency of Fortnite has increased. They took out build mode completely. That's it. That's the only reason. It's a fun game now. But wasn't building the only thing that made that unique? You went semi-pro and started doing tournaments? Okay, that makes sense. I mean, when I have seen you play, you seem pretty... You're a lot better than I am at Fortnite. Or shooter games. They're still building in another mode, from what you hear? But like, that's what made Fortnite special, because here's the thing. Fortnite didn't have the building mode before, and it was like, no one cared about it. Then they added the building mode. Everyone's like, oh my god, I love Fortnite! I love Fortnite! And now they got rid of it, and everyone's like, oh, I love Fortnite! Remember us when you're rolling in the sweet sponsorship money? Oh, that reminds me. I need to apply for the Epic grant still. I need to do that. Ah! I haven't done that yet. I have to do it. I need to record a video for that, though. Put it on the blackboard? Actually, what I did to make it more important is that I set that to my homepage. So every time I open Google Chrome, it pops up with that in your face. So, yeah. I just have to think of like, I have to think of my reasons. Like, why do I want money? Because I'll be honest, the reason I would want money is, I would just probably put it towards rent. And then I would probably cool down on some commission work and focus more on building out my content, if that makes sense. Did it work? I think about it every time I'm on it, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this right now. So it is working. It's just I still need to do it. Just buy some happiness. Oh, something I did do though, by the way. When I have broken electronics, right? I tend to, if I think I can fix it later in the future. Oh, Mad Haha, thank you for the 100 biddies. If I think I can repair something in the future, I don't throw it out. So I have these headphones. I had 2 pair of headphones from high school. One was the AKG K701s, and then I also have IEMs that are 10 years old now. I have a pair of 10-year-old earbuds that I just repaired. And I'm using them now. Isn't that crazy? Do any of you have earbuds that are 10 years old? I just repaired them. Let me see if I can find them. Oh, I need to go to incognito window. I don't know how much these are now, but I bought them in high school when I had a part-time job, and I just used all my part-time job money for it. Oh, are they discontinued? I think they're discontinued. Can't buy them on Amazon anymore. Okay. Oh, you can buy them on Amazon Canada. Oh, their price has gone down. Nice. Oh my gosh! That's such a good price now. Yeah, these are the IEMs that I have. Just make sure there's nothing in here. Great. So these are the IEMs that I repaired. So what actually happened is one of the stems snapped off and the cord was bad. So I replaced the cord and then I repaired the stem and I'm using them now. These are 10 years old. But these are dual driver IEMs. So they sound really nice. But yeah, they're 10 years old. And the thing is too, is that the cord is removable. Do they show it? They don't. Yeah, the cord's removable. So you can replace the cord. But yeah, I really like Shure products. They make, I think, the best IEMs. I honestly, before getting the step down, which is I think the Shure 215s, which are single driver headphones, I would have said it's like, I would have not recommended this as a big quality bump over the 215s. These are a huge quality bump over the 215s. They're like earplugs? Yes. And what's really, really cool is, since the cord is removable, right? You can get Shure Bluetooth. Since the cord is removable, you can just update it to be wireless. Just by removing the cord and then buying the adapter and just plug it in. Yeah, because you couldn't replace the cord. Isn't that awesome? So if you wreck your cord, you can replace it. I wonder how much the cords cost. Oh, maybe I should put cable. Cable. $32? $31? Yeah. So they're $32 to replace. I'll tell you that the cord quality is pretty decent. With a mic? Why is the mic version cheaper? Hello? Why would you get this if you could get this? I don't understand. Hello? Gold plated doesn't make a huge difference. I don't know. I haven't tried a lot of other IEMs other than I've tried Sennheisers before. Sennheisers are pretty nice. I tried a friend's out. They had like a really high-end one. I think they're like $700. And so like I tried them on. They were really nice. They sounded as good as headphones. Do you know what I'm saying? I would say these headphones, what would I say they sound like? They will definitely sound better than any Razer headphones. I would say on par, these probably sound like Sennheiser Momentums, I would say. I don't know how much those cost now. Sennheiser. Do they even sell those anymore? Oh, they're discontinued. Okay. So, back when Sennheiser Momentums first came out, the Sennheiser Momentum, when they first came out, they were not wireless. So they were wired only, and they were like $100. They were $100. Why are they so expensive now? I guess because they're wireless? Yeah. So I have a pair of Sennheiser Momentums because I bought it on sale from the original price for 80 Canadian rubles, which turned out to be about like $60 American. So I bought a pair of Sennheiser Momentums for $60 American. But they're wired. They're not wireless. Jeez. $400. Wow. That's crazy. Wait, how much do the AKG K701s cost now? AKG 701. Why is that so expensive? Hello? I bought this for like half the price 12 years ago. I guess it's 12 years ago. That's probably why. Half the price 12 years ago. Is it because it was 12 years ago? So you're telling me that I can sell my old 12-year-old headphones for a profit? I've never had electronics appreciate in value. Like, the IEMs have gone down in price, but these headphones have increased in price. They doubled in price. So I could actually sell it for a profit. Like, I could be like, used condition, wear and tear, and I could sell it for like $280 and sell it for more than I bought it for. And then people are like, that's a fair price. What the heck? Wow. What the heck? When do electronics increase in price? I have a headphone amp that you can't even buy anymore. Let me see if I can find it. It's on drop.com. I don't know how much it goes for. Shopping? I don't even know how much headphone amps go for anymore. Oh my gosh. Did this company become like a high-end company all of a sudden? What the heck? Okay, so I bought a Matrix Audio headphone DAC. So a digital audio converter, an amplifier for $150 12 years ago. And this was when this was like a Chinese company that was like no one ever heard of before, but was getting rave reviews for how good it was. And it seems in that 12-year time span, they've become a very high-end audio company. Selling stuff for a lot of money. What the heck? Can I even find it anymore? Okay. I want to... Oh, okay, I found it. It is... So I bought it for 150 American dollars 12 years ago. The equivalent is now going for 420. What the heck? Why? Why are things increasing in price so much? Oh my gosh, this is actually a lower quality version than what I have too. What the heck? What? I see. Well, generally things with audio, a lot of audio things turn into snake oil. Like, what was it? Hold on. I was looking at this audio. There's like an audio server. It's a $30,000 audio NAS. It's $30,000 to have a network attached storage that is audio file grade. Think about that for a moment. A network attached storage for playing digital audio files. $30,000. Who would pay for that? That's stupid. It's a NAS. It's a network attached storage for digital audio. Digital audio. Right? It doesn't make any sense. No! It doesn't make any sense. Why? Just because you have the money, why would you waste money? It's... How can you isolate noise? Right? Think about it. How can you isolate noise on a digital file that is being transmitted over the network? You can't. Because there's no noise! There's no noise! Because it's being transmitted over the network! I can understand if it had like a DAC built into it, but no, it's a NAS. Which means you're not getting any interference over the audio because the audio is 100% separated because it's over the network. Yeah, exactly. That should already be taken care of. Only the finest ones and zeros. Yes. Our ones and zeros are premium. We make sure that your ones and zeros are inspected to be the standard for the Queen. Yes. Hello, hello. As used by the royalty from not only England, and made in the finest factories of the Far East in Shenzhen. Doesn't that sound fancy? And we're using premium quality components sourced from Intel. Seasonic, handpicked by our artisans. This is the only way you can get premium digital ones and zeros. Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand, like, how audio is, like, such a thing. Like, HDMI cables. I remember when monster cables were things, like, oh, we have premium HDMI cables, yeah? You can buy our premium 1 meter HDMI cable that's quadruple shielded with diamond coated gold. It's only $300 for this cable to give you the premium HDMI quality. Meanwhile, you can just go on Amazon, buy a $1 HDMI cable, and the picture looks exactly the same because it's digital. It's digital. The only time you should spend more money on a cable is to make sure that it meets a certain standard. So, for example, some cables are not rated for the amount of data because they have packet loss because they're not shielded as well. But the thing is that cables from like Anchor or like Amazon Basics have been proven to be good enough versus like monster cables. They're on the same level. Now, the only time you need to spend more money on a cable is if you're getting an HDMI or USB to optical cable. Why? Because if you're getting an optical cable, what it's doing, it needs to have built-in electronics within the cable itself to transmit, to change the HDMI and our USB into an optical signal. And then that means you can have it over extremely long distances without any delay. And that's it. Yeah, exactly, Noodles. HDMI works or it doesn't. And here's the thing, if you just buy the cheapest cable on Amazon, and if it doesn't work, just return it. That's it. Don't go and buy like a $500 HDMI cable and play. It's like, oh, it works. It must be true. Not SPDIF. SPDIF is for audio. So for example, let's say if you want to have your computer in, let's say, the basement, but you want to use your computer in your bedroom, then what you could do is you can't route an HDMI or a USB cable from the basement all the way up to your bedroom, right? It's too far. Like, there's no like copper cable that can do that. So, and even if you were to get a cable that long, you're gonna have so much delay that it's gonna be unusable. So if you have a USB and HDMI to optical, so like a fiber optic cable, then it will not have delay and will work over long distances. Think about it like fiber internet versus like coax internet. Yes, shielding does help, but the thing is, like, some $30 cables have sufficient enough shielding, right? Think about it this way, right? You can get an iPhone, right? That's already expensive. It works as a phone. You can get a gold-plated, diamond-encrusted iPhone. Will it be better? No. But, you know, it has more valuable things in it. It's definitely worth more money because it has gold and diamonds on it. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a better performing phone. Yeah, I remember I bought a 15-meter cable as well for 20 bucks. And it came in a 4-pack. So it came with 4 cables for $20, 15 meters. And I'm gonna say what ended up happening with those cables is one of them died because it got kinked, and I guess the connections inside weren't good enough, but that was fine because I had 3 more. What I found is that that cable wasn't sufficient enough to run high refresh rate at a high resolution. It just kept failing. But that's it. But like, all I did was I replaced that with like a $10 cable, like a $10 on its own cable, and it was good. Hi, Sniffles. A power cable that's that much? What is that power cable? Does it have the power cable have a built-in battery backup? I have no idea what that cable is for. So if there might be a use case for it, there might not be. I don't imagine a use case for a $7,000 cable for power. Now the difference is that if that cable is rated for like, I don't know, like 1,000,000 amps, then sure, I could see the value in that, because, you know, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna run. It's like I need to have 100 amps of power draw. Let me plug in this cable I bought on Alibaba, and then, you know, you plug it in, the cable just melts, which is a thing. Like, power cables do matter, but I don't think it's like $10,000 matters. So like, in general, like what I do is when I'm plugging something into my computer's like, oh, my computer will draw maximum 600 watts. Okay. So I make sure that I always like use the power cable that came with the power supply. And usually the power cable that comes with a nice power supply is like a little bit thicker, which means it's probably rated to pull that much power and that many amps. Whereas like, you know, if I get a power cable that's like 50 cents from Wish, that's like super thin and nothing, there's a small chance that when I plug that into the wall, it's just gonna melt because it's not rated for that many amps. Because for whatever reason, that cable, instead of using copper, they're trying to save money, and instead it's just like 22 gauge aluminum wire that's inside. But yeah, I'm all for sound quality for a decent price, and I can safely say that, like, there is a difference between low-end sound and high-end sound, but here's the thing. If you listen to your music on YouTube or Spotify or MP3s, you don't need high-end audio gear. And like the loss that you get, the cost versus what you get out of it is not a lot. So like, there is like a pair of $10,000 audio setup that you can get. That's like the highest end. Apparently it sounds really good. And everyone that I've seen that has tried it says it sounds amazing. Even people who are against snake oil. But like, they're like, is it worth the money? They said, no, it's not worth the money. It sounds too good. Do you know what I mean? And like, you have to have specifically mastered audio tracks in order to even hear the difference. You're basically paying like $9,000 to hear a 5% increase in quality. I mean, if you want to do that, you can, but why? Why would you? So like, you can get a pretty decent audio setup. Like, you don't even need an amp. You can just get like a pair of Sennheiser HD 599s for 150 bucks. And then boom, you get really nice headphones that are easy to drive. You don't even need an amp. And things should sound decent enough. Or you can get a decent pair of IEMs and they'll last. And the reason why you should spend that much money on like Sennheiser or Shure products is just because they're gonna last. And I can say that with confidence because I've had Shure and AKG and Sennheiser products that have lasted me for minimum a decade with regular use. Right? Actually, digital audio is not all about that too, right? So for example, it's all about bitrate. So think about it like the easiest way you can think about bitrate is on Twitch, right? Is have you ever seen someone stream and all of a sudden their stream will turn all pixelated? Or someone is streaming and their stream is all pixelated, or it's like a little bit blurry. The reason is because they're using a low bitrate. That's it. And the same thing can happen with audio files, is that the bitrate is king. If you have high bitrate, it's good, but here's the thing, right? You can't just magically turn something into high bitrate. So if you start with a blurry image, and then you're like, I'm gonna scale this blurry image up to be super big. All you end up with is a big blurry image, right? You can't gain what has been lost. It's a one-way street. So you can start with a really high quality file and then reduce its bit rates to make it more manageable for other things to use, like Twitch. But you can't go the other way back. Yeah. So like, I could stream at a much higher bit rate. I think I could probably stream... I don't know. I don't know how high of a bitrate I can stream. I do know that I was able to stream 2K before on Twitch, and then they took that ability away from me. So I could probably do it again. Maybe. I didn't set up my OBS for it just because, like, no one's gonna notice the difference. 1080p is good enough for most people. And the thing is too, right? Is like, you could stream at 4K, but you're still streaming at the same bit rate, right? So kind of think about the bit rate like a funnel. If you have too little water going into the funnel, like if you have the size of the funnel is not gonna, it's just gonna pour through the funnel. It's not even gonna use the funnel, right? But if you start instead you start pouring tons and tons of water into the funnel, the funnel can only go so fast. It only can siphon the water as quickly as the hole is. So the funnel size for 1080p versus the funnel size for 4K is the same. You can only have a maximum bitrate of 6,000 on Twitch. So even right now at 1080p, 6,000 bitrate, whereas if I did 4K streaming, it would still be at 6,000 bitrate. So it wouldn't make a difference. There'd just be the perceived perception of quality because they're like, oh, it's 4K. Hi, Koala. So 1080p, so right now I'm streaming 1080p 60 frames at 6,000 I have it set to variable, so it generally goes from 6,000 to 6,500 kilobit bit rate, something about that. But yeah, that goes back into the conversation. There's only so much that you can do. So a lot of audio products, like that $30,000 audio NAS that I was talking about, it has a lot of expensive parts in it. It has, for some reason, that audio NAS has dual socket Intel Xeons, which alone are $3,000 each. So that's $6,000 of CPU. They have 16 something gigabyte, like 16 something gigabytes of ECC memory, which is also like maybe $1,000. So you're right there, you're at $7,000. They have a custom power supply with like a bunch of capacitors in it, so that's probably like $1,000 there. So let's say $10,000. And then they have a custom case, so let's just say that's also $1,000, $11,000. And then yeah, that's it. So there's basically a 200% markup, which is dumb. Hi, Woody. You wanted to give me a hard time, but you agree too much with what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Personally, like, I know like there's a lot of people that really like vinyl. I don't like vinyl. I've listened to like old school vinyl on an analog vinyl player, like a really high-end one, and like I just don't like it. I prefer an analytic sound, if that makes sense. So like when I'm looking for headphones, I'm looking for headphones that have an open soundstage with a flat profile. I don't want, that's all I want. And so the headphones that I have, the AKG K702s, they're criticized for being too analytical, meaning that like some people find it exhausting to listen to because everything sounds very precise, but that's how I like to listen to things. And actually that's how I have my microphone set too. My microphone is set to be flat. No, some people prefer bass, right? Some people want bass. Give me
the bass. What unbelievable. You want me to call you slappers, and yet you didn't slap enough likes on that video. But I'm going to give you one last chance to redeem yourself. I will forgive you if you leave a comment now where you just say bass. And if you
bass. Some people just like bass. So like that's why like Beats by Dre and like Razer headphones are so popular. I find that the bass drowns out too much of the midtones. That makes sense? But that also could be just because of the type of music that I listen to. It could make a difference, right? So if you like listen to like a lot of bass heavy tracks, I can see a world where people would prefer like Beats by Dre and like Razer headphones right? Okay, I'm just gonna say that you're being a little sus. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, you're just gonna get a normal timeout. It didn't work. You just get a full timeout. There we go. Streamer fails. How exclusive? Well, their account was made like 19 minutes ago, and they're like, hi. Then they drop a bunch of emotes, and they're like, I said hi. And then they drop more emotes. So, I mean, it's sus. You get too much bass, and it thinks they're yeah, see, that's... I don't know. Like, a thing too about sound quality is that like, a lot of people will view volume as good sound quality. That makes sense? So like when you hear a pair of headphones, right? If you do like a blind test of headphones, like you can't see what headphones they are, and you give people two of the same headphones with the same audio track, same audio setup, and then one is just louder than the other one, people will just say that the louder one is the higher quality audio, right? Because like human beings, we're kind of dumb. So we're just like, oh, louder is better. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. Because that's what most people will think. Louder is better when it's not. Screw with audio of old songs just to make everything loud? That sounds like a crime. Doesn't it? To make everything loud? Loudness is part of how we determine clarity, though? Is it, though? So, for example, if I do this, does the quality of my voice, like of my microphone, is it worse? I'm gonna say no. It's the same quality, it's just quieter. But it's the same quality. It's just not as loud. It does have to be loud enough, but like loud, like, but that's why some people were like, if they hear loud bass, they just assume that it's high quality audio, right? Because that's the thing though, right? If you're listening to like, let's say, a pair of studio headphones versus, let's say, Beats by Dre, and someone like wants to hear the heavy bass every time, right? They're gonna perceive the Beats by Dre as better headphones because they want loud bass, right? So the thing is, like, audio is subjective to a certain point. There is an analytical view that you can have about audio, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to preference. So for example, you can have this amazing dish that is objectively a good dish of food, right? And then you put cilantro on it. Some people will be like, oh, this is great. And some people are like, this tastes like soap. I hate this. But it's like, how can you hate this? It's objectively a good meal. It's like, well, it tastes like soap. Because there's certain people in the world who have a genetic predisposition for tasting cilantro like soap. I don't taste cilantro like soap. tastes fine to me. But to Sly tastes cilantro and it tastes like soap. Some people prefer the worst experience. Or sometimes there's just a difference in people's perception, which is not better or worse, it's just different. Cilantro gang. That's why some people don't like cilantro. You've never had cilantro? Try it. I don't know what it's called in other countries. Oh, it's also known as coriander. Cilantro is also known as coriander. Smells like Teen Spirit. Okay, I will listen to that later. I can't listen to it now, because I'll get a DMCA. Oh, you've had it? Yeah, so people call it coriander, some people call it cilantro. I didn't know there was a difference between the two for the longest time. But yeah, it's some people don't like it because to them it tastes like soap. Oh my gosh. Okay, can we all agree on one thing though? Can we all agree on one thing? I think all of us can agree on this. People who enjoy their beef steaks well done are troglodytes with no sense of good taste and need a good slap. Well done beefsteaks is a crime against food. That being said, right? If I'm having a steak night and I ask how they want it done, and someone says I want it well done, I'll be like, have you ever tried it medium rare? And they're like, yeah, I don't like it medium rare, and you want it well done. I will make it well done for you. I will just forever secretly judge you in my head as, oh, I'm never gonna invite you over for steaks again in the future. But I will give it to you in that moment. I will make it well done. I will commit the crime and then cringe while you eat the well done steak. But then I'll never invite you again. Hemley Tiger, it shouldn't bleed. A medium rare steak should be rested, and once it's rested, then all the juices become reabsorbed back into the steak, so it shouldn't squirt juices out or have that bloody taste, if that makes sense. Smoked steak is different. Why would you smoke beef? You would smoke other things like pork or chicken or other kinds of meats. I personally like my steaks seared. So it's very similar to blue, but it's black on the outside. Hold on. Actually, that's one of the reasons that I instantly like Tyrion Lannister, because he likes the steaks the same way I do. I like it blue on the inside, black on the outside. Steak, if someone's serving you a bloody steak that it's leaking out juices, then they don't know how to cook a steak. It needs to be rested. You need to, so once you cook a steak, right? Whether you are committing crimes against humanity and cooking it well done, or if you cook it medium rare, medium well, or seared, you need to, after you take it out of the oven or the grill or the barbecue, you need to like, don't go be like, oh, I need to serve this right away. You need to like set it on a cool plate and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. To sit. Let the juices reabsorb back into the steak. And then once that's done and it's rested, you can serve it. But then it's cold. It shouldn't be that cold. I would rather have a good tasting steak than a hot, terrible steak. Right? That's how like steak restaurants serve it when you go. They if you get a steak that's just leaking juices onto your plate, it shows you that they don't care enough to serve you a good, they don't care about their food. They prefer to get you, that says a lot, right? If you go to a restaurant and you order a steak and you get like a bloody or juicy, like a juice leaking steak on your plate, it shows you that they care more about you eating and getting the heck out of the chair so they can focus on making more money versus the quality of your experience. Don't get the Vive Focus 3, that's your answer. And don't get the Vive Pro 2 either. Just get the Index. Valve Index. Get the Valve Index and just be careful with your cable. That's your question, Lucifer Fallen Cupcake. Come talk. So, apparently, I'm being threatened to be canceled. That's all I'm gonna talk about it. It's something I'm gonna discuss with my moderators. I just don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind that. It's kind of like, how do you say it? If someone punches you in the face and then you call them an asshole, right? And then you cut yourself off from that person because they punched you in the face, and you tell people, this person punched me in the face and I called them an asshole, so I'm not gonna hang around with them anymore. And then they get angry, and then they say, this person called me an asshole and banned me for no reason. And they conveniently leaving out, you know, that they punched you in the face. That's great. That's as far as I'll go. I don't get it. I'm just gonna guess that nothing's gonna happen from it. Probably yeah, I'm not worried. Yes, it is. It is about the problematic person that I have not named. Because I have not named them. Because they don't deserve that kind of publicity. I have not made a public statement. Unless it was needed. And even then, I don't name them. So, people who are not, you know, involved in it don't know who the person is. And that's where we're gonna leave it.
Despite your curiosity, chat, please don't ask any more questions, because Fofa will never stop talking about things because she has a problem with keeping her mouth shut. Yes?
I just don't understand the logic.
That's why I said afterwards. Yes, we're not taking questions at this time. Thank you very much for your time. Please get back to talking about VR headsets. Thank you.
I just don't understand the logic. I don't understand the logic. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why? Right? Because if there's video evidence of the other person punching you in the face and you calling him an asshole, and they release only you calling them an asshole, obviously their response is going to be releasing getting punched in the face and you calling him an asshole anyway. So all you're doing is opening Pandora's box. It doesn't make any sense.
You would think after how many years together, I would understand that Fofa has a problem with talking.
Doesn't make any sense.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm just so flabbergasted.
하지마. 야, 하지마. 여보.
Okay,
진짜로, 하지마.
I'll stop. Blown away. I don't understand. Gonna message everyone they know. Okay, that's something I have to deal with, I guess. Okay, so we are going to... I'm gonna give you 250 channel points. Because we are going to go visit Rush. If you don't know who Rush... Oh, wait. Before you leave, don't leave. Because you're going to get 250 channel points for free. All you got to do is stick around. And if you want to make the raid a little bit more fun, you can copy-paste this raid message. And it'll make it a little bit more fun. So who are we raiding? We are raiding Rush. If you don't know who Rush is, if you're on Twitter, you've probably seen their artwork before. They're a very talented 3D artist and 2D artist. Currently, they are streaming art. Their streams are super chill. They also have a YouTube channel where they do tutorials. So I will say, if you want to learn about art, if you want to appreciate thick waifus, and I mean thick with like triple C, or you just want a chill place to hang out, Rush's stream is 100% the place to be. And I will see you again in 2 days on Saturday. Same time. See you. Thanks for hanging out. And I hope you enjoyed learning how to do soft body animations at the beginning of my stream. Bye bye!
You sing to me? Let's go for some gibbly jazz. Why not? Oh no, Fafa. Hello.